Hey, Gutfoxx here. Today I want to do a video on what I want to see out of MUT 19, specifically Madden Ultimate Team, not necessarily gameplay or anything. This is old gameplay in and of itself, just gameplay I never used for video. I used it for reviews, so these are old cards, so don't worry about me making bad reads like that, because it doesn't matter, right? Anyways, for MUT, so I think you need over 100 stats more than you need anything else in your life. You need to work with the gameplay, guys. Like, this should be priority one in my mind, and make them work. I don't know how hard it would be to test them on the field, ensure that a guy with 105 speed is faster than a guy with 99 speed. But I think because this is Ultimate Team and we've been criticizing, I've seen so much of this out there in the community. Hey, Antonio Brown's only starting with 84 speed. What are you guys doing? You're disrespecting him. He's the cover athlete. If you get over 100 stats and you make them work, guess what goes away? That criticism. I think over 100 stats are exciting. Yeah, it's just a number. I've said before, it doesn't really matter because the cards just play against each other, so whatever. Do it. Do it. That's what number one thing MUT needs to do. And that's kind of combined with gameplay, even though I said it wasn't just Ultimate Team. Anyways, all right. I think for your promos and in your overarching thing through this whole year, and this video isn't going to be based on like huge game mode additions, just kind of like what they can do in MUT, what I've seen them before, what improvements we need. We need more special events, kind of like the draft or the Blitz weekend, stuff that's like happening live. Basically, like things that get people excited to get on the game and play, like having those solos unlock every 4 hours, or the mystery items that are coming out of the Blitz and what are we going to spend our tokens on. That's cool. Do that. Do more of that. I love that stuff. Keep up with the events, like maybe in a launch day event. I don't know if you guys can get it together, but I mean launch day is only a few weeks away, so not that, but maybe what I mean is like launch first game of the NFL season. Do a big ass event that night. You could do a Super Bowl event, although I know a lot of EA guys like to go to the Super Bowl and promote it there. Something like that, like a big event around these big things in the NFL season. You already do such a great job with draft. Please keep your draft promo. That's amazing. So just kind of that's one suggestion. I would like especially more balance in 19. Like the red chemistries, and we see a lot of them are back already. They're adding new red chemistries. Hopefully it's more well balanced. I don't want them to take over the game like they did in 18. I know like there are some certain people who are saying like maybe I haven't seen 19 yet, but maybe it's like there's like a badge system or something going on with 19. That'd be kind of cool to bring that from 2K. I don't really know too much about it. It adds more depth to the cards, but anything to add more depth to the cards and customization options in the game is for a benefit, in my opinion. I just don't want something being so unbalanced like Playmaker, Secure Tackler was earlier this year. So balance it, but add stuff, but balance it, please. That's what I want. So for like chemistries, I do like them being powerful and balanced. I already read that note. I think also with that balance, there should be more than one card of a particular power level out at once. Like Barry Sanders was dominant for a long period of time. I mean, there will always be, like, for example, budget ballers, like guys that kind of play over their overalls, or guys that play above their costs, like Master Knights, Trent Landon. I don't know. I kind of like those kind of programs. Sometimes it's a benefit. We all look back at the Amari Cooper and what was that, 15 or 16? I forgot which one of those two. That he was an amazing card, and he was pretty cheap, like 20,000 coins, but he was like close to maybe like a top 5, top 10 receiver at the time. But I do like having more options for powerful cards is nice. That way your ultimate team can be kind of like balanced around, or I don't know what balance, but basically made around that different cards, and you can use different cards so you don't see the same team over and over. I don't think current players are very well balanced against the legends. So there needs to be like competition at the top of the scale with the current players versus the legends. Like the weekly team of the week masters should be close in stats to match the legends from the previous weekend, at least overall style. I think sometimes in 18 the legends got too powerful, and like I had an entire ultimate legend team at once, and like these are just the best guys on the field before golden tickets came out. So like I said, more balance there. And I agree, like if a red chem gets too, like going back to this, gets too powerful, I think you should give training point refunds if you end up nerfing them, because we're going to spend so much of this year on training points and the quick selling cards for them. So if you nerf something, I think you should give a refund to players. It's just kind. I think budget teams died in 18 because stats were kind of squished. Like I did a big thing about at the beginning of 18 about how linemen are basically 2 stats, but like in the past, like Mike Iupati was a legit run blocker, but he was terrible at pass blocking, even though maybe his overall was a little bit lower. But like he could be a top end run blocker. But that way you can like really create a custom team. Like so if you became a budget team and you like to run the ball, you can get guys who just high run block that would be able to match up against higher overall squads that maybe just have both run block and pass block abilities. So that way you're able to like out scheme your opponent with your team, and it adds, I think, to the depth of the MUT mode, being able to basically focus on something and be great at it. It also would help salary cap, although I'm not sure about salary cap balance if you guys like it. I don't really play that mode a ton. It seems fun for a lot of people, so that might be an issue you want to work out. Anyways, moving on, I think we need more customization in MUT 2. You know, I know that the NFL won't let us customize the uniforms, but there needs to be throwbacks. I know you're offering 2 custom jerseys, quote unquote, for your pre-order bonus, but I think we need more throwbacks than just the ones that were given for the setting up the Club Series event last year. So, like, what was it, 16 or 17? Had a ton of them. That was amazing. Like, bring back all the throwbacks. Love them in game. Please have those again. I think for solos, this is a purely opinion thing. All this is opinion. But you need to get rid of NAT and go back to packs and coins for solos. I don't care how popular NAT is with the players. I think it ends up ruining your mode that's based around a market. Like, I've said this a few times in the past few weeks, past year. Your game is about having to create our ultimate teams and crafting them around different schemes. Giving us NATs is basically the complete opposite of that. If we want randomly assigned teams, we play draft champions. It's about assembling your team from rewards gained from solos, objectives, head-to-head drafts, salary cap rewards, to assemble a team that plays well for you and your scheme, not randomly assigning a trucking legend running back like Jerome Bettis, but when you prefer speed guys and making speed moves on the field. So it's in my opinion, even though maybe players like NATs, I don't think you should restrict us to that. Like, there are positives and benefits. I can see both sides, but I think the positives giving coins and packs, because packs themselves are mini game of themselves. I'll get back to that in a second. I want free draft champions back. I think I don't love the competitive Madden in draft champions. I prefer competitive Madden be regs and salary cap only. So I also think you need to fix your draft champions to be based on the number of wins, not ELO. So, like, getting rid of competitive Madden out of it, I can see, and then that allows you to take ELO out of it. So basically, how a ladder system should be done, or how a win system should be done, like draft champions, is you match up based on the number of wins you have. So if you're starting a draft, you should match up against other guys that are 0-0. If it's your second game, then you should be going against guys either 1-0 or 0-1, or guys that are 1-1 or 1-2. So basically match it up against guys that have similar win and loss totals as you. And I don't know how many, like, are you going to go to like 12 win ladders, 10 win ladders? I don't know exactly, or back to the old 4 win that they started last year with. So that's something to look at, but I don't like the ELO for draft champions. I do like the updated rewards, though, that you put there. I think your promos are very solid, but need to be varied a bit. Like I said, I like those event promos. Maybe it's worth its own video to go through like different event ideas. We'll think about that, but I do want it a little bit varied rather than just sets instead of sets for promos going forward. I do think I want the coin quick sell back on the quick sell cards. So, but I think you should increase it. Like, I think gold should be able to be quick sold for 1,000 coins, silvers for like maybe 250, and elites for 5,000. I think that would provide like basically a lower end on pack value. Although a lot of market early on, golds are going for a lot more than that. I just think it guarantees value through the year. Although you're doing a pretty good job guaranteeing value with some of your sets later as the year goes on, and cards spike in price when you release them. So that's good. It seems like you guys know about value in packs and are trying it, although sometimes you guys aren't as good as others. So I do like the hidden items, like the Easter eggs and rare items in games. Like, what was it, the Easter promo that you hid those Easter eggs inside the different menus and stuff. I like that you put the high quick sell items. You know, that's a great example of that. Some cards full in pack. For people who didn't know, some cards around the Easter promo had like a high quick sell value that were worth more than regular stuff. Like, do stuff like that, like fun stuff that we don't really expect or see coming. But I think a few different cards with the different art than the normal card would be needed. Like you were able to do with like the Gatorade players a few years back. Some of them had different art, so it's kind of like shiny Pokemon. Make them really rare, so that way people that have this art and make the art show up like in the end zone or around the field somehow, so people can really flex on their opponent. Because there are definitely people that like to flex. So having like maybe, I don't know, a customizable art, but some sort of special art for some cards is huge. Nice catch, Moss. I do think the limited time cards are cool. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I think having limited number cards, limited time cards in packs is a good reason, and it brings excitement to pulling packs. Like I said, your mini game of pulling packs. So I would prefer more numbered cards, and seeing the value or how the percentage of pulling cards this year out of packs, I would really like to see that, just like you said you're doing for FIFA. So we talked about packs being a mini game that people spend hours on just opening for themselves. So treat it like a mini game. You know, give us that excitement. I know you guys, I've heard about at EA Play that updated pack animation, which is nice. I mean, some people are like, oh, that's terrible, pulling packs, whatever. But I don't know what you guys think, but like gambling's fun for a lot of people. Gambling on pack. Don't take that fun away. Don't hate on people that like to gamble, because, you know, it's just what people do. So I do agree, having more excitement, like high quick sell cards, or like Texas have talked about those old school cards that basically go for a ton of coins, like the what was it, Madden 15? Was that linebacker? Was it like Foot going for a ton? The 72 in a set, but just something that replicates that, so we get more opportunities to pull those high cards that have a lot more fun with our pack pulling stuff. I think there should be a gambling pack that allows you to trade a gold badge for a large quick sell, stuff like that. The Wheel of Packs was very fun. Maybe trading cards for packs, not just coins, like 3 golds and 4 silvers for 1 pro pack, or balance it however, like or big pack by trading in a bunch of golds. Something that allows us to clear the binder really quickly is needed. Also, a big set that gives a lot of value for cleaning the binder is awesome. I know you now have 4 currencies in your game: training points, coins, points, tickets. Is there more we could do with that? I don't really have any idea off the bat. I didn't really think too deeply into it. But with 4 currencies, I feel like we can do a lot of like arbitrage, or I don't know, a market for the currencies or what you can do with that. But I feel like there's some stuff that's maybe, I don't know, usable there. Maybe a money market. I don't know. But anyways, I think like MLB, you got to take advantage of your objectives list. Like the Sean Taylor Mutt Master Grind last year, it was good and bad. You know, bad in the fact that throwing for 80,000 yards is not masterful, but good in the fact that objective lists are a good way of earning cards. You could do the minor grinds for lower overall cards and longer grinds for slightly higher overall cards. Basically allow I don't know, free-to-play players, online players, ways of getting that objective. So I really want you to use more of that objective list going into 19. Kind of look at MLB. Don't go as far as them. Don't make your immortals like your top end cards NAT and only objective lists. Like if you get the objectives list, make it Night Train Lane objectives list rather than Sean Taylor. You know, I don't like the NAT. I don't know if you can tell by now. But I think lastly, I just want to make a note. I think I've told this to Jake on the podcast or something. Try and find a way that guys that want to engage with your content the day it comes out aren't punished harshly by the falling prices over the next week. I think that's a quality of life feature. The guys that are really excited about your content, that are really into it, that anticipate it coming out in the morning, pulling packs, building the cards, playing with them. Please, and maybe this is me being selfish because this is me. I like to engage day of content. Please don't punish them badly for doing that and killing our coin stacks. But that is it for this video. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see out of Mutt 19. But thanks for watching, guys. Call to action. I'll see you tomorrow.